Destiny's main things that I hear him talking about the UK are libel laws and oh, wait a minute. Is that it? Is that literally all he talks about? Libel laws. Boris Johnson being like Trump, but now they've got rid of Trump, so they're better. Okay. Good one. Good one, Steve. There is no hot take. I already mentioned this to him the other day. The whole thing about there's no freedom of speech in the UK is honestly just so fucking dumb. Like, the law that dude was tried under, right? The big fucking meme, Count Dankula, okay? You all know about him, right? Oh my god, he's been arrested over a joke, okay? That's the meme. He got a small fine for having a dog do a Nazi salute. And don't forget, this is a guy who is friends with the likes of Tommy Robinson and Sargon of Akkad, and went on to become a member of UKIP. Now, you could say, oh, he only did those things because of what happened to him. Bullshit, okay? You don't just become friends with Tommy Robinson, Sargon of Akkad, and join the fucking UKIP that was too racist for Nigel Farage because you got like a £200 fine. That's fucking dumb as fuck. Now, those rules exist to stop politicians from spouting fucking Nazi and fascist propaganda. Hate speech, okay? Hate speech rules. To stop public figures spouting that stuff. That's a good thing. If the price for that protection is Count Dankula getting a small fine, then to me that is totally worth it. Like, I don't really want Donald Trump or David Duke being able to stand on the corner and say whatever the fuck he wants without consequence, okay? I think that's pretty based. You can disagree with me if you want, like, oh, my freedom, you know, oh god, I can't, what do you mean I can't go into the middle of London, stand on a soapbox and praise Adolf Hitler and the fucking Nazi party? Like, oh, God forbid. What a terrible turn of events. However, will we carry on as a modern nation? I don't know. That's not freedom of speech, then. Bullshit. So bullshit. That's not what freedom of speech means, dude.
Yeah, boy.
Freedom of speech does not mean you can just say whatever you want without consequence at all times. There's limits. Even in America, on what can be said. You can't just say whatever the fuck you want without consequence. Now, there's a lot more experience in Europe about the dangers of letting politicians spout hatred and hate-filled rhetoric linked to certain political ideologies. We've got a lot of experience here about that. And they're not laws that have been put in place lightly, you know? Your rights extend to the point that they start to interfere with the rights of others. Well, yeah, exactly. And if by interfere the rights of others you mean, you know, put in place a fascist party that's going to, like, oppress and eventually, you know, infringe on the human rights of ethnic groups within the country, then I would say that that is a pretty big infringement. And I don't know what DGG thinks of ContraPoints, but I really do think that when you're arguing with bad faith actors who aren't trying to convince you, they're just trying to make a point to convince people watching that there is nothing to be gained from debating these people. You can make for good content, but I don't think debating Stefan Molyneux or the likes of Tommy Robinson or what's the Richard Spencer or someone like this, there is nothing to be gained from giving these people a platform, in my opinion. Anything to be gained is converting their audience? Yeah, but that's not going to happen, dude. I mean, it might happen from time to time. I take it back. I don't think that any Richard Spencer fan is going to be turned away from his beliefs if Richard Spencer were to argue with Destiny. I do think that maybe they might be intrigued by Destiny and come back and watch his content and eventually change their mind. That is possible. But it's just as possible the same thing happens the other way as well. And at the same time, you're just giving a platform. I'm not saying it's wrong to do it, but I do think that there's not much to be gained from it. I mean, don't get me wrong, it makes for the best content, and, you know,
Bosch now pretty much only debates Nazis if he can help it. Like, if you go on his Discord and want to talk to him, it literally says that he'll only debate people on the right wing. Because it just makes for good content. It's what people want to see. I think there's something to be gained. If you have someone who can totally dismantle them and make them look bad. Yeah, it's possible, but it's hard to do. Like, to be fair, Stephen is particularly good at it. But someone like Nigel Farage pretty much makes most people that he talks to look stupid. Same kind of person as Shapiro, or not that Shapiro's a fascist or anything, or Milo Yiannopoulos back before he was cancelled. Like, these people tend to win debates, and giving them a platform in the first place is almost certainly just a big mistake. Because, you know, you've heard Stephen say it himself, like, he can win a debate when he doesn't even believe in the position. It's not really about that. It doesn't matter if they're talking shit or they're lying. When are you going to debate some Nazis? I don't know. For the reasons I've just explained to you. If I thought I was really, really good enough at debating in order to make them look stupid, and I might. But I'd be too worried about giving them a platform and then not doing a good enough job to discredit them. Like, the reason I mentioned ContraPoints before, like, if you've seen her video debating the alt-right, like, I'd be really worried about, like, coming across like that character does in that video. In UK politics today, there has been a report out. No, wait. There's been a website which was like the Everyday Sexism Project. I don't know if you guys had that in the US, where women could write their experiences of everyday sexism anonymously, and it was just like a long scrolling feed. Well, there's a website like that for people being abused in the school system. And there seems to be just a great number of children being sexually assaulted, raped, and other terrible things happening to them by teachers, but also by other students as well. That's been in the news conversation today about, you know, what does this mean? Where have we failed? What should be done? There was some sort of inquiry done about 5 years ago into the topic, and there were some recommendations that the government apparently, you know, took on board and put in place some systems to try and help with this kind of thing, but they've really not been enforced or followed up on.